Hi, my name is Burke Hedges, and welcome to the first ever Amzbit blockchain update. This is where we talk about the past, present, and the future, what lies ahead. Yes, we've actually completed our first week. So today is our first day of our second week. Many of you were all part of a Satoshi Day on January 3rd, 2018, when we launched Amzbit. And yes, even though it was a founder's launch, but this was really in honor of Satoshi Nakamoto, who released the white papers out to the world, and look where Bitcoin is today. So yes, we were 3 months ahead of schedule to release Amzbit to the world, but we felt it was the right move. And the reason we felt it was the right move, because there's never a good time to accomplish and to start something great. So first, I want to commend each and every one of you who were part of that and who are actually watching this, because if you're watching this, most likely you are in Amzbit, or you're certainly seriously considering it. So I want to thank you for your confidence in Amzbit and what we're about, and our messaging, and you know what our vision is of sharing this concept, this decentralized blockchain platform to the world, all over the world. Just imagine the world that's having a renewable income device on their smartphone, right? So it's really, really exciting, and we're very, very excited that you're part of the vision and the mission of Amzbit. So let me just jump right into past, present, and future. The past, sure. A lot has happened in the last week. My goodness, over 1,600, digital entrepreneurs, if you will, people who want Bitcoin, people who want their lives to get better. Okay, and man, that's incredible. Now, listen, I got to tell you, it's nothing is perfect at first. In fact, nothing will ever be perfect. You're never going to make all people happy. But I got to tell you something. What we do have is we've got perfect people, in my opinion, from my partner, Sean, who has just worked tirelessly in getting this up and going and working. And I got to tell you something, Sean, I would never go into battle. And what I mean by battle, launching something of this magnitude, because I envision us having millions of people on the platform because of the nature of our business, right, and of our efforts. But he is, without doubt, really glad he's flying this plane, so to speak, right? And, he's a pilot, by the way. I've been up on a plane with him. But anyways, he is the CTO, the Chief Technical Officer, and Technology Officer. And man, I'm really, really excited. So I'm also want a big thank you to Stephen and Keith and Missy and Aaron and Nicole, and I know I'm missing some of y'all, and Sean and Chuck, and there's just a lot of people that were part of this to get us up to that launch date. So I want to make sure that you know that I love you, I appreciate you, and if it weren't for your work, for your confidence, if it weren't for your dedication, your selfless dedication, and your belief of what we can be, we wouldn't even be here. By the way, you think it's too late to join Amzbit? This is day 1 of week 2. Right? Yeah, it's very, very exciting. And I got to tell you something, there's some very, very sharp people looking at us right now, which there's no doubt we'll be locking arms with some of the brightest, most experienced people in our type of community, because any organization's ever seen, because of the decentralized nature. So last week was big, huge, and we've made huge progress. A lot more progress to do, actually, right? Because we're still working it out. People, I got good news and bad news for you. You want to hear the bad news? How about I'll share the bad news with you first, right? The bad news is we're just launching, right? That's the bad news. Guess what the good news is? That's right, we're just launching, right? Because the fact is, you can't break our computer, right? Because we are decentralized, peer-to-peer members, so we can scale on a global level. Huge, right? So that is very, very exciting. The fact that, we're working out some of the details too, right? Like right now, be patient with us because we want to make sure as we onboard, and this is a quick update, as we onboard, we onboard 1,600 people. That's pretty good for the first time out of the chute. And yes, we have a lot of improvement. Yes, we have a lot of tweaking. Yes, it's going to look prettier and all that other stuff. Yes, there'll be some functionality there that they'll be even get better, right? But my goodness, if it weren't for your efforts, 1,600 people week 1, can you imagine what we can do week 2, week 4, where we'll be this time next year, okay? And everybody's getting paid instant, real-time Bitcoin for doing this. It's awesome. So that's very, very exciting. Now, here is a couple of things. I said there's things that we're still working out. We're still in open enrollment. Okay, we wanted to have closed enrollment. We wanted to close the enrollment today. Okay, today's the 10th of January. And we decided to open it up to keep it until Friday, midnight Friday. So what you need to do is you need to get activated. And here's why you got to get activated, right? Because when you activate, it guarantees your member bonus, the generational bonus. So until we burn it into the blockchain, and open enrollment, there'll only be one open enrollment, only one. Because we're launching, right? We've launched. We've got to have a cutoff date so we can start again the 35 days. Remember, the smart contracts every 35 days. So it's critical that you get activated, get funds in your account, get activated ASAP. Do it tomorrow, okay? But certainly no later than Friday the 12th, okay? Friday till 12th midnight, and that will release all the member bonuses. So we couldn't do that until everybody was activated. So we want to make sure that, one thing about us is transparency. Everything on the blockchain is transparent. You can put in your wallet ID. You can see everything. Nobody's ever done that before. That is wicked good. It's sick. It's the way it should be, right? It's the way it should be. So you've got that. Okay, that's very big. The second thing is that we're actually bringing some folks on board. I know that I met with somebody today. I'm not at liberty to say, but oh man, I've got people are calling us. They want to be part of this because it's so exciting. It really is. You have the ability to impact so many people. People want to get on a train that's moving, right? So yeah, for sure. So I'll be releasing some more information about that, of the people of our corporate staff that's coming on board to assist you, right? To assist you in getting this message out, especially as we look at going international. We are already international, I might add. I don't know if you know that, but we are. We've got people in England, South Africa. We've got people in Australia already, because digital doesn't know that, we don't, it's all digital. It's digital money. It's the money of the internet of money, right? Bitcoin, cryptocurrency. So that is very exciting of the people we're bringing on board. Sean and his staff is also, we're just rolling it out, right? Yeah. As you know, one of the things that I like is transparency. People can deal with we can all deal with what's there. What we can't deal with is thinking there's one, there's one set of expectations, but there's some shenanigans going on the side. And we just won't have that here. It's unacceptable. So with that being said, that has attracted some people. They like that attitude. That's how we roll, right? But they love all the other elements of it. So now next point is the Amazon, right? Amazon will not be rolling out at first. That's our second phase, which basically means we're about 10 days out on that. And I'll have next week the drop dead next Wednesday when I do an update for you. I'll have the drop dead date, and hopefully we can surprise you, right? Surprise you how the Amazon shopping program works. It's very important that we follow. Very important that we follow the Amazon policies and procedures, their rules and regulations. We will not violate. You can take that to the bank. Okay, what their policies is what we would adhere to. Okay, and that's the only way we'll do it. So we'll fill you in on the details on that. But instead of piecemealing it to you, just be patient. Be a couple weeks, 10 days. but I'll give you a complete update. All that's being worked as I'm speaking to you right now. Okay, all that's being worked at. Also, we're working on getting you the details, a PDF of the compensation plan and an updated video. I actually did a video, and oh man, I had it all laid out for you. And the second half of the video, the audio, my battery died on my piece, right? So I wasn't able to get that out to you. See what else is going on. Next, you can count on a schedule events. We're working on, not only are we releasing a weekly update, whether it's myself or someone else, just to bring you up to speed to what we did last week, what we're working on this week, what we're moving on next week. So if you can count on an update, and normally they wouldn't be this long, just a quick update, what's going on with the company, new announcements, those kinds of things, just to kind of keep people in the loop, right? I think that's important. The smart contract, I'm getting a lot of feedback from, hey, first of all, people don't understand the smart contract, so their paradigm takes them to what they do know. So there's a loop that hasn't been closed, and the loop that hasn't been closed is, well, what do I get for my $100, right? Of course, that's natural. People would think, what am I getting for my $100? Well, let me tell you, I think the most powerful thing anybody could possibly get for their $100 is the absolute payment guarantee that the smart contract provides. And it's important, if you don't know this already, smart contracts are the benefits, the big benefits, the big takeaway of the blockchain. That's what, if it weren't for the blockchain, we wouldn't have smart contracts, right? So on the website, on the Amzbit.com website, on the front page, there's a video about smart contracts, so you can learn about that. So the big idea, the big takeaway of the smart contract is the payment guarantee. And to me, that's worth $100 a month. I think that's worth $10,000 a month. If you have an organization that's producing $100,000 a month, boy, I'll tell you what, I would definitely want to make sure for $100, the automation component of it, that nobody will ever take that from me, and nobody can ever take that from you. So, but in addition to that, I believe strongly in a 10x, 10 times value. Always think about that. When you go out there and work with your people, when you're out there talking to people, enrolling people, ask yourself, are you giving 10 times more value than the $100 that they use to participate, to purchase a smart contract? That means, are you giving them some of your time? Are you spending time enrolling them? Are you taking the time to get them started right? Okay, so with that in mind, my 10 times value is, what we have here at Amzbit is when somebody enrolls on their first smart contract, their very first one, yes, they get a spot in the blockchain. Yes, they get 100% of the Amzbit, commissions, okay, to them, to the member, all right, whatever e-commerce platform we're on or whatever partnerships we're in, okay. And yes, they get a percentage of their customers' rebates as well, no doubt. And you get that blockchain. But what you really get is not only the security of the guarantee through the automation, but you get access, immediate access to our digital assets. Okay, so we unlock, literally unlock the vault for all our digital assets. And those are in the process of being put together, and you will have them. So anybody who enrolls and purchases a first smart contract, they never have to purchase the second one. They'll have access to a number of books. They'll have access, books, downloadable books that cost $15 to $25. They'll have access to exclusive interviews on personal growth and personal development. They'll have access to the UInc Life Development System, which I used to sell in Asia for $5,000. And that will be an ongoing continuity, okay, of personal growth and personal development and leadership. To live, what we have to do in order to live our best life, we have to be our best. Okay, when we are our best, we can live our best. And you know that everything here at Amzbit leads to living better, right? So, and then we'll have other marketing and mentoring and coaching and just exclusive products or workshops, weekly workshops. And people can plug into it. And I think people are really gonna dig it and embrace it. And as a result of that, okay, they can decide whether or not They can decide whether or not they want to renew the contract the following month, the next 35 days. So when I say we have the most honest and most ethical compensation plan on planet Earth, or incentive plan, I believe that with all my heart and soul. And the reason is that we're giving so much on the first one. It's almost like, try it, you'll like it. Try it, you'll like it. Why don't you, hey, get it? You got so much on the upside, right? Like I just mentioned. And let us prove to you that this material is so strong that you're going to want to purchase your smart contract again for the following month, right? That's what we're all about. That is how it works. And if somebody doesn't want it, they just don't repurchase, but they still have their spot in the blockchain. I mean, you can't beat that. Why wouldn't somebody want to do that, right? And really, it's not 10 times. It's many, many times. Okay, one book changed my life. It's made me millions of dollars just because of the information. When you know better, my friend, you always do better. So we got a lot of great things. Stephen Munson, I mean, he really went way and beyond the Call of Duty. He put together the Amzbit IO, which is very, very exciting. You know, big reach out, big thank you to you, Stephen. And yeah, that's a lot of selfless people are just coming in, right? And not just coming in, they're coming in and taking action. Are you kidding me? That is huge. So, and I want to thank all the leaders out there that have really made a big difference. So the digital asset, the smart contracts, those are all things that, you know, are in play right now. And so now that leads me into the future. I will say this as I wrap this up. Thank you for bearing with me. You can see and you can feel the truth here. You know, the truth. And the truth is what exactly it is. Water is wet. It may not be pure, but water is wet, and that's undeniable and irrefutable. It's wet. The truth here is that we're transparent. The truth here is we're decentralized. The truth here is that we don't have to make an excuse, okay, as to what the potential here. We don't. It is huge, and you basically own it. Now, with that being said, because you own it and I own it, we all own it, we're a community, okay? And it's not to mention, of course, it's highly private, right? The anonymity part of this is huge too. And Bitcoin and all that other stuff is huge, right? But that being said, whenever there's something good, you know, there's the equal and opposite part of it. And that is that there is going to be, you can't have the rainbow without the rain, okay? So if we're going to accomplish something like awesome, all right, there is going to be some struggles. There's going to be some adversity. Absolutely. There's going to be even some uncertainty. But it is that you have to dig into your heart and you have to say, hey, do I believe? Do I have faith? Do I have faith that this is the truth? And at that point, can I let go of the idea that I am not my circumstances? Can I let go of my past disappointments and do a do-over and say, hey, maybe all those experiences was necessary for you to be here and do something great with Amzbit. Maybe all that was your training to say, okay, man, let's dust off our toolbox of skills that you've been developing and go out there and share the truth of living better with other people in a decentralized platform using e-commerce and having Bitcoin that goes into your wallet, right? For the e-commerce shopping that you use, regardless of whatever portal we use, whether it's Walmart or Amazon or a private store, it doesn't matter. Things that you want and use, right? And really make it count. So know in advance, there is going to be a little struggle, okay? We are launching, but we're launching in truth. And that means we have to be patient. That means we have to be proactive. That means we have to be flexible. We should always be respectful. And we do everything in love. Everything. Because it's not where we are today. You see, back there I've got a world map. And it's how we're going to affect the world. Okay? The world. That's what you're going to do. It's the world. How are you going to help people overcome financial stress? That is huge, huge. So if think about think about maybe your own financial stress, your financial worries. What if you just eliminated that? And if you can start with you and help others, wouldn't that be a life well worth living? Be other-centered? You know, there is no secret that, you know, I put God first, because without him, what could we possibly have? My family second. Everything that we do, the sacrifices we're making right now, is often for our family and for our legacy and for our grandchildren, whatever that may be, for your retirement. But it's God, family, and then Amzbit. And everything that we do here is for the better good, for how we can make an impact. So know that there's going to be struggles. Know that there's going to be adversity. Know that it's not going to be, and that's where the juice is, right? That's where it's worth it. You know, I've learned so much from the leaders here that, and by the way, there are people going to be joining us. I really feel we'll have a million members in our platform within 36 months. I really do. I think it might be a lot quicker than that once we get some things worked out. But for right now, I want you to know as I close that you can enroll somebody now and make Bitcoin right now. It's not dependent on anything else. You can enroll somebody no matter where in the world you are, and you can make Bitcoin right now. You can help your people enroll people and make Bitcoin right now. And if you can do that right now, that means it's working. So guys, listen, thanks for bearing with me on this first ever Amzbit blockchain announcement, and where we talked a little bit about the past, the present, and the future. And just know I'm honored to be locking arms with you, and I'm honored to fight the good fight with you, and I'm honored to celebrate with you. God bless you.